right, all right. Check this out. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome, everybody. Ishmael Diaz here, your great witch, and I am going to be accompanied by. If I can find him. Edward. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm just looking for somebody here specifically. And there we go. Give me 1 second. Edward, I hope you got. Oh, Alyssa, there you go. I said you're not a. There goes one. Edward, you here? I'm waiting on Edward. Alyssa, give me. There you go. No, that's not him. There goes Edward. Hey. Let me know if you could join, Edward. There you go. We're all here. All right. I gotta get this out the way. All right, welcome everybody. Ishmael Diaz here. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm accompanied by Edward Saad and special guest, Alyssa Love. See, I got it right. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me good?
I can hear you.
Edward? He's probably working.
6-7.
Let's give him a second. So welcome everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. We'll just give Edward a few minutes, let him do his things. But until then, sorry. Ishmael Diaz, I come every Friday, Sunday. I enjoy having guests in my live because I want to show the world that there's different practices, different ways to go about, and different people with unique, different gifts to go about that magic. You know what I'm saying? So every person I want to bring in here is a big contributor to the craft. So everything you can learn, or in the process of learning, you can probably learn from one of us or maybe from all of us. And granted, we will learn something from you too, because there's a give and go. Remember, just because we're elders or whatnot doesn't mean we know everything. Because even we have to open books and get answers ourselves. So,
Books? What are those? Encyclopedias?
exactly, those things. Dictionaries. Remember, we used to go to the library when we were young. We had a problem in school. You know, we couldn't just do it at home because we ain't had no internet. So we had to go straight to the library. Dictionaries, encyclopedias. That's how things were. Yes, I can't hear you, Edward. I can't see you either. I know
TikTok has been a little glitchy with things.
Lately it has been. Annabelle, welcome. Everybody who I'll possibly miss, welcome. God damn it, welcome. Sorry if I missed you. I'm not going to do it on purpose. It's just not easy to catch up with everybody. Okay? There's a lot of folks up in here. Edward, you there? Not yet. Kim Creations, welcome.
Hello, Miss Kim.
Little Miss Kitty 96. Gypsy Moon Goddess. Thank you very much, everybody. Joe, that's my moderator, Cup of Joe, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Joe.
Thank you for joining, Joe. At least you remember. See, sorry I didn't message you, Joe. I just had a lot going on today. Grandmother got pregnant. You know, it's been a long day. Been a long day.
Something like my family. That's happened.
Yeah, you know, the world going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
We did have Grandma get pregnant at the same time her daughter did.
Let me see if I can invite Edward in here as a guest. You too, Gypsy Moon Goddess. Thank you.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear
There
me
you
at
go.
least?
Yes.
There we go. Now we can hear you, Edward.
Now let me see if I can't get my camera up.
Okay.
Voila!
Hey, it worked. See, look at us. We all got faces. See, we're real.
Good evening, everybody.
Well, welcome everybody. Like I said, this is Edward Saad. He's one of the most knowledgeable ones that I know about tradition and the Victorian ways of doing things. Lissa Love, she has her own magical ways of doing skills and helping you in your processes of magical going. So while we're here, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate because this is what we're here for to educate, help, guide,
Give me a
and so
second.
forth. We can probably get help from you too.
Okay, better. Anyway, well, we were going to discuss tonight. Ish, we were going to discuss something tonight. I think it was the chakras we were going to talk about today.
We was gonna talk about chakras. Yes.
And what else were we going to talk about? I forgot.
It was gonna be talking about chakras, the little indifferences in between the soul and ego. Whatever you want to add on to that, Lissa, is up to you. And we're just gonna go about with some Q&A. We was gonna go with that too.
All right, so I guess let's start off with the chakras, what they are and stuff. We want to do that.
Okay.
Okay, chakras come from an Ayurvedic tradition, started off in India roughly around 4,000 years ago. Okay? And what it basically was, the Hindus believe there are 7 basic main energy centers of the body, starting from at the base of the spine, known as the root chakra, and extending all the way up to the above the head to the crown. Okay, and these 7 points of energy, what they are is they are where they build into one point to another, to where each energy level builds up and affects each individual aspect of the body as it goes through. They can affect also the emotional and physical ends of the body. So what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I'm not behind my computer, so I can't actually pull up my records on this. I unfortunately injured myself. I'm going to explain. I won't be able to give you the actual names of the chakras by their Vedic name. If I had access to my computer, I could, but I don't have access at the moment. So we're going to talk about them for a little bit. We're also going to talk about how to rate their color and how to raise the energy up. And then we're going to do a brief chakra meditation that is going to help balance your chakras as we go. Sound good, folks?
Sounds awesome.
Good. Sounds good.
All right. So we'll start off with the root chakra. The root chakra is at the, like I said, starts at the base of your spine. Okay, at your tailbone. And the root chakra involves it's a grounding and centering chakra. It keeps you focused and keeps you mentally prepared to take on energy and everything else. But it also involves primarily your excretory system, which is, releasing negative energy, releasing also negative poisons and stuff from your body. So it evolves around your excretory system. So therefore, grounding that out would be important because it'll, like if you have IBS or irritated bowel syndrome or something like that, that's normally an imbalance in that chakra that causes it. Okay, hemorrhoids, IBS, anything that involves around the excretory system, including the pancreas and liver, are often affected by that root chakra. So to ground that out, basically it's normally indicated in red. It is normally 4-petaled, indicated in red. And to ground that out, you basically want to, first of all, start with closing your eyes, visualize a white light. Visualize that white light swirling slowly into the color red. It just keeps going, it gets redder and redder, spinning in a clockwise direction. And the red energy, it's turning bright red. Now it's getting brighter and brighter. It turns really bright. And now visualize that energy moving towards your feet from your feet, it's coming up your legs. From up your legs, it's moving up into your buttocks and your tailbone. Now focus that red energy to your tailbone. Feel it there. Feel it relaxing you. Feel it easing your stomach off a bit, because of the fact it does affect the bowels, right? Feel the negative energy passing away as the positive red light fills that area. And then hold that red light in there. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another deep breath in and out. You've now balanced your root chakra. Okay, now we're going to move up to the next chakra. The next chakra is the sacral chakra. It's known as the sacral chakra. Okay? The sacral chakra involves around the groin and the reproductive organs. This is a chakra that affects creation and your creativity in the emotional sense. It affects your ability to harness those creative forces, those creative energies, and it helps with manifestation. Okay, and it's an orange chakra. Yes, Mel. It is orange in color. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to take that red energy that we built up at the root, and we're going to build it into we're going to let it diminish a little bit and add some yellow to it. Let's add some yellow light to it. As we're moving the yellow light through and spiraling in, we're going to spiral in that yellow light, and now it's going to become a bright orange like the sun. Feel the sun's creative force and that yellow creative orange force filling it. Watch that chakra just glow with a bright orange.
Thank you, Carol.
In the center of your groin area, underneath your belly, between your belly button and everything. So feel that in there. Feel it growing. Now it's glowing a bright orange in that area. Feel your creative energies rising. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. You have now balanced your sacral chakra. Now we're going to move it up further.
Yes,
And we're going to move that chakra up to what is right before the heart chakra. It's going to be more or less in your chest. I cannot remember the exact name of the chakra right now.
Welcome, Dave.
Or its
I have it,
location.
but I don't know how
So
to pronounce it.
if anyone can remember the name of that next chakra.
I'm going to pronounce it very incorrectly, but Svadhisthana.
What's that?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's basically, I know I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm sorry, but it looks like it's
give it a try.
it's Svadhisthana.
Svadhisthana. Thank you. Svadhisthana.
Thank you. I was so not right. Thank you.
But it's all right.
I don't read Sanskrit.
The Svadhisthana chakra is also known as the I forgot what its English equivalent is. You have that? Anyone? Solar plexus. Thank you. The solar plexus. Thank you.
Mel. Thank you,
Mel.
Sister Mel.
The solar
the
plexus.
city of jewels, I believe.
And it is located at the solar plexus level. So right at the bridge of your solar plexus, you have the Svadhisthana chakra. And that chakra basically builds the energy into a yellow color. Okay, and that yellow color is the solar energy. And inside that solar plexus, the solar plexus region affects your breathing, affects your self-control in your emotional sense. It also gives you energy and provides you fluency where you can actually make moves and use that creative force that you have in the chakral region to actually unify that and make it work to where you're actually taking that creativity and that manifestation and bring it into reality. So if you want to bring reality, bring manifestation into reality, that's where you want to focus your energy, into the solar plexus or the Svadhisthana chakra. Okay, so now let's balance that chakra here. We already have that bright orange color glowing nice and smoothly in the circle surrounding. Now we're gonna add a bit more yellows. Okay, so we're gonna brighten it up with some more solar energy, and we're gonna brighten it up by slowly watching that yellow come into it, taking that orange into a bright yellow. It's going to glow like the sun. It's going to glow with the energy that you need to actually move forward and bring forth that manifestation and energy you want. So now let's visualize that yellow light. It's penetrating and swirling. See it in your solar plexus. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now that your energy is up and you're feeling probably more invigorated, I hope everybody's feeling a little more invigorated by this, we're now going to take and move it to the heart. The heart chakra is a chakra of passion. It also affects us in many ways, in our emotional health, our
strength,
psychic health, everything is affected. This is the center of everything. It's green in color, yes, as Mel said. It's totally green in color. The heart chakra.
You remember Mel, right?
Is that our Mel?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mel.
From the UK. Or from the up.
Yeah. So anyway, so the heart chakra is where everything takes place and moves forward. It's now where we can provide that passion for the energy that we're putting out and the manifestation we're putting out. Now we can bring in that love energy as well, because it also gives us love energy. It gives us self-love energy. It gives us an effective way of dealing with ourselves when we're down or feeling blue or anything else like that. You can bring that energy into light for yourself and make it and find that self-love and that internalness and that internal connection with the spirit. So let's now visualize again. We have the yellow. Watch that yellow slowly moving up and building up a little bit, but now it's adding some blue energy to it. We're adding some ultraviolet to it. And as we're adding the ultraviolet, it's starting to take and go from that bright golden yellow to a nice, beautiful green. Visualize the green energy. Visualize that green energy swirling and building. And that green energy is the energy of love and happiness and joy and peace of mind.
Appalachian Magic has a question.
Sure. Ask away, Appalachian. And we'll get to it. So now you've got that peace of mind and everything. Now I want you to breathe in that green energy. Breathe in that green light. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now feel that love energy. Feel that love and everything coming through you, and feel yourself balanced and secure in that peace with yourself, and the inner child and the outer child being all one unification. Okay, chakras are not actually portals. They're an energy port, if anything. They're not actually a portal, Appalachian. Like most people assume that when you say a portal, that means anything can enter into it or out of it. The chakras are energy flows of the human body, and they're individual to each person. They're not connected to an outer source. this is why when you're doing a balancing of the chakras, you have to take your own light energy and build it into the thing. You have to vibrate your own energies in accordance. Okay, you can't.
Stopping by.
Bye, Mel. Back at you. But so this is chakras are a more personal thing than an external thing. So when you are working the chakras, okay, like I said, it's individualized. They do in the Hindu tradition. They actually oftentimes do mudras and mantras and everything else, and actually have certain tones that are used. So, but unfortunately, at the moment, I can't access the tones, like I said, because I can't access my computer at the moment. I had the unfortunate thing of injuring my foot
Thank you.
recently. So I'm confined to being in a prone position for a little bit. But we're going to move on from the heart now to the throat chakra. This is your communication chakra. Okay, this is a chakra that gives you the voice. It takes the message from the heart and the creative forces and the energies you're manifesting and actually gives voice to them. Your voice is very important in a lot of things. One of the things that you'll hear me and Ish say often is that be ever careful your mind, your thoughts, your words, your thoughts, your deeds, because each your energy manifests. Your voice chakra is your way of expression, is your way of getting the energy out there. This is a releasing chakra, the Vishuddha, right?
And sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Exactly. So when you're out of balance, this is also in the throat. So it also deals with the adenoids, tonsils, and the thyroid. Okay, so if you have problems with your thyroid and your adenoids or your tonsils, you get sore throats frequently and things like that, it's mostly because your throat chakra is out of balance or out of sync. So in the health side of it, you want to rebalance this chakra. Now, this chakra's rebalancing is done through guttural sounds, actually, and actually using a sound technique of humming or what's called throat talking. Okay?
I've been doing this since I was a child. I know what that is.
And throat talking will help you gain a balance on this chakra. So what we're going to do is we're going to now focus that green light that we've seen before, right? We're going to add some more blue to it, and then we're going to lighten that blue.
Thank you for stopping by. Sorry.
We're going to lighten that blue up a little bit, and it's becoming aquamarine blue, okay, or light blue. This is what the color of the chakra is. So let's take that light blue energy. Now, see the light blue energy, you see the added blues in there. Now let's breathe that energy into your throat. Take a deep breath in. Hold it there. Release it very slowly. Take another deep breath in. Hold it.
Thank you.
Release it with a hum.
I can't do that. It vibrates all my stuff.
And you cleared that energy. And you cleared that chakra. Now we're going to go up above the throat chakra to the crown chakra. This is located up here at the center of your forehead. This chakra is very important for most people because the crown chakra is what opens your psychic senses and your individual more enhanced senses. We all have five natural senses. We have our sight, our sound, our taste, our smell, and our touch. But we also have psychic senses, which is known as the sixth sense by some people, that allows us to see beyond the norm. This
Okay.
opening
Did
this
we, did we miss one? I thought it was third eye, then crown.
oh, third eye, yeah, third eye. Sorry, you're right, third eye.
Yes, and I would.
Okay, I was getting confused. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, third eye. You're
Sorry.
right, Lisa. Thank you.
It happens.
I sometimes lose track of where I'm at, so thank you, Lisa, for clear. Third eye chakra. So the third eye chakra, which is located right at the center of the forehead, is a psychic chakra. This is the sense that open up. Now, this chakra you have to be careful with, because if you have it too open or too closed, you're going to run into problems, especially if you have clairabilities and clairsenses. Many times, the problem is with this chakra out of balance, your clairsenses get overwhelming. You'll start feeling, hearing, and open up the other senses like 9 times more than what they are normally.
Yep. Sensory processing disorder comes to mind.
Yeah, you'll have
Anxiety,
empathy.
stress comes in, depression starts kicking in, you out of balance, you don't know whether to fart shit or throw up. A lot of things are going on.
Irritability is huge when it's too open.
It'll really mess you up. So this is a very important chakra to focus on. So let's now take that light blue energy and we're going to pound it with blue energy, darken it, deepen it, give it a deep sea color, almost to a purple, a deep, dark blue purple or blue violet. You want to get that energy really dark. So let's visualize that energy circle of the blue of the third eye chakra, slowly building up and enhancing to a beautiful purple light. I mean, dark blue purple light. And you want that purple light to penetrate it and seal it and become over and sit over it and let it cycle and cycle and cycle. And now we're going to breathe that purple light in.
Good morning.
Breathe it out. Breathe the purple light in. Breathe it out. And now you feel balance and your chakras complete. Okay, now we're going to finally go to the crown chakra, which is above the third eye. It sits here, above the head. This is a brilliant white diamond of light. Okay, it's often seen in pink or beige when you look at it from like a visual picture of it. They show it in pink or beige, but it's more like a brilliant white light. And this crown chakra is where you can actually take all the white light energy and bring it down and start feeding it backwards through the chakras down to the root. You take that diamond that you create, that white diamond, and just bring it all down, allowing it to dissipate into each individual level and flow for each of the chakras. And this will balance all 7 chakras at the same time. Okay, so let's take this brilliant white light, and this is the energy of the universe, and visualize this diamond. This diamond is glowing, and it's slowly cycling energy down into the other chakras. It's going into the third eye. It's now moving down further into the throat. Now it's going down into the heart. Now the light's changing and going down into the solar plexus. Now it's going even further down and changing color again into the oranges, into the sacral. And now it's turning into a bright red, and it's now in the root. Breathe out all that energy in. Hold it. Breathe it out. Breathe the energy in again. Hold it. Breathe it out. Now all 7 chakras are in balance.
Feels good. . Boogeyman, welcome.
Hey, Boogie.
Now later on, like next week, we'll cover each chakra more individually than doing a regular chakra balance like we did today, because I will have the ability to access my computer by next week, provided I don't injure myself again.
Please don't. So
I've been having mercurial moments.
it happens, dude. So accidents do happen. This is just gonna be a part of life. You're gonna accept it. I know most of us are so want to proclaim ourselves perfectionists. No such thing. No matter what you do, you're gonna either add a little more or spill a little more, drop something. Take your time. Take your time. Just
And
take it.
especially now with Mercury retrograde, slow down. You know, because Mercury will. You remember the song by the 39th Street song by Simon and Garfunkel?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Slow down, you're going too fast. You got to
Slow
make the
down, you
moment
move too
last.
fast. You
Kick
gotta
off
make
the cobblestones. Do and feeling
it
groovy.
groovy. We had to sing that in choir in elementary school.
That's what, especially during Mercury's retrograde, that is the best time to actually do this. To slow yourself down
Especially if
and
you're natal retrograde Mercury.
what's
Because
that?
we tend to do better. Wait, if your natal Mercury's retrograde, you tend to have an easier time during retrograde. Shadow periods are rough. Like I can't talk the whole shadow period time. But if you're natal Mercury, then you already have that internal communication, that internal flow. So you have an easier time. So it's a really good time to see how that relates to the outside world.
But it's a practice.
It is a practice, yeah.
Mercury's an interesting planet because it is the fastest planet around the sun. It cycles like every couple months. We have a full cycle, the full circle of it, and oftentimes it goes retrograde. So, oh, that's interesting. I sure that makes things interesting when Mercury goes retrograde for you. Being born in Scorpio during a Mercury retrograde.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure that's very interesting, Ryan. So
that's one of my friends, Phoenix. It's a good friend.
Yeah, Phoenix stops in and sees me. I'm always excited when I get to see him.
So let me see. I want to thank everybody for being here. Please like and share this live. I'm accompanied by Edward Saw, Lissa Love. I want to thank you all, and I'm gonna give Lissa the floor for a few minutes. Do what you need to do.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lissa Love. I started my esoteric journey probably about 11 years old on my own. I've pretty much done it alone. I'll be 46 next month. I started reading tarot when I was 13. I hid my cards in the drop-down ceiling in my room because it used to be a recording studio, so it had you could lift up the tiles like in a classroom. I hid my tarot cards behind things that were illegal to have, so my mom would find those first before the tarot cards. I was very much in hiding. Nobody knew I did tarot until just a few years ago when I started going online, and then I only started talking about my practice maybe like 5 months ago because it was never something I shared. My magic is in daily routines. When I tie my shoes, I do not work and I put magic in my shoes. Do I need pep in my step that day? Do I need confidence, stability? I do a lot of threshold magic, which people don't know about much anymore. And I'm hoping to kind of bring some of that back just because it's things you do in your daily life. When you sweep the negative energies out. Just don't use the outside broom. I'm very superstitious that way. Don't use the outside broom. You put salt by your windows or by your doorways. And then there's other things you can manifest using threshold magic. But my main focus with tarot and astrology, I want to help people heal and empower themselves. It makes me so sad that people are walking around this planet not knowing, not feeling that they're beautiful, that they're unique, that they're smart, that they're loved, that they're funny, like all these great traits that everyone has. And people are walking around thinking the opposite. I grew up thinking I was fat, dumb, and ugly. I've never been any of those things. Not a single one of those things. But I believed it, so I became it, and I was not a good person for a while. And so I want to help show people that all the answers are in you. They're in you. You can find them. Sometimes we just need an intuitive helper. And it's okay to ask for help. We should when we need it.
Over here.
And your self-worth, good for you. Be proud of that. That's very self-aware, and that's awesome. Most people don't. Most people don't even think about it. So be proud of yourself for that and just keep working on it. You will get where you need to be.
Exactly. Just remember, Sugar Spice, keep things out of sight, out of mind. Go about your life. Not everything in your attention vicinity need your attention.
It's not our job to help everyone.
Can't.
What we keep up here is what we manifest unintentionally sometimes. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm never going to get this done, I'm never going to do this, I'll never make it, you might not.
You won't if you focus on the nevers. Guess what? You won't, because
Stay where you at.
I'm gonna challenge y'all actually here. Okay, how many of y'all have said I'm trying? Right. Well, all y'all are sitting. I want you to try to get out of that chair.
I have to get up.
When you could try your way out of that chair, right? Let me know how you did it, because you're going to make my life a hell of a lot easier.
The struggle's real. Okay.
We are
You
doing.
trying is just a state of incompletion. It is not an active state.
Exactly.
Okay? It's a state of not doing. Doing is the key. Taking the action to make board, and even doing shadow work, which is very important, actually, Sherry. Shadow work
you,
is
Sherry.
one of the most important things that we discuss in the craft ourselves, because the first goal of the witch is know thyself.
Yes.
I have a lesson for y'all if you would all are willing to do it.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
speak for me, but yes.
And this lesson is for self-awareness. Okay? Now, it's not an easy lesson, so I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to. It's not for my benefit, it's for yours. Because understanding and learning who you are is tricky.
It is.
Okay? Now, how many of y'all role-played? D&D and stuff like that. I know everybody here in the audience has. Up in our panel, I should say, has. Okay? Well, we're gonna do a role-playing game. It's called Reporter. Okay? And you're gonna be a reporter. You're working for a major magazine. Okay? And this magazine wants you to interview a very, very famous person. Okay? And they want a 36-page article on this person when you're done. This article has to cover this person's whole entire life. Their likes, their dislikes, everything they've been through, and everything. A very, very famous person. Now, you as a reporter know you have to do this totally unbiased, because you can't put your own personal bias. It's not your story. It's your famous person's story, right? Now, would y'all like to know who the famous person is?
It's me.
Who's got a mirror nearby? Go look in the mirror. That's the famous person you're going to interview. So, for the first month of this exercise, what I ask you to do is you write your interview questions down. All your questions of what you want to ask this famous person about. For the second month, I'll explain that in a second, Jeremiah. Just give me a second here. For the second month, you're going to then start interviewing that person. Take your questions, go in the mirror every day with your interview questions and interview that person. Ask that person the question. Write their answers. and for the third month, then put together your article. Now, if you're all willing to do this, like I said, it's entirely up to you. It's not for my benefit. It's for you, because then your next role is an editor. You're going to review that article and then determine as the editor to actually make it happen. Okay, so that's the exercise. Feel free to do it if you want, or don't do it. Hopefully you'll all do it and learn something from it. Okay, now as for Jeremiah's question, what is the difference between pagan and witch? Are they the same? All right, let me explain the term pagan to y'all. Pagan actually comes from a Romani term or a Latin term, pagani or paganus. It meant earth dweller or agrarian. It was actually an insult. Okay? Because it meant you were a country folk or a hick or, basically a hick.
Right.
Okay, it was adopted later to mean anything of the non-standard 5 main religions. And that's how we use it today. So when we call ourselves pagan, we refer to ourselves as pagan as being members of earth-based religions. Okay, witches are pagan, yes. But not all pagans are witches. That's like all Wiccans are witches, but not all witches are Wiccan.
What was that? Oh.
Okay? So, like I said, it's an umbrella term used to describe anybody of the earth-based base and the non-5 major religions. I hope that clears that up for you, Jeremiah.
Now here's an example in our own panel. He's pagan. I'm not. And we both practice what we practice. We both honor and respect what we both honor and respect.
Oh, shoot.
No, you're good, Edward. I can see you.
I'm shutting down. Hold on. My phone started shutting down.
No problem. I hope he helped you with that question, Jeremiah.
It's like all of A is B, but not all B's are A, was the we learned in logic, I think.
Welcome, Jeremiah.
Like all oranges are fruits, but not all fruits are oranges.
Exactly. And keep in mind, everybody, that there's no right or wrong question. A question is a question. That's how you gain knowledge.
Yes. When he was talking about shadow work and looking in the mirror is very important because mirrors can be portals. And so when you look in the mirror, if you believe in string theory, you can literally talk to your future self, your higher self, and listen to your intuition, and it'll tell you. You can literally say, how did you get here? How did you get to this goal, or how did we get here? You will answer yourself, and then you'll have your blueprint laid out for you.
You can answer your own questions. Just be prepared for your own answers.
Yes, don't ask questions you're not ready for the answer.
Always be mindful of yourself. Okay, I'm waiting on Edward to come back in. I think he was having technical difficulties on his side.
I think his battery was dying, maybe.
So I want to welcome everybody today, and I didn't really get to start to say what I usually say to everybody. It's Sunday. I want to thank everybody for surviving this week. I know this week has been hard for a lot of folks. We talked about the retrograde and how it's affecting a lot of us. But I want to thank you because
that was brutal.
Exactly, it was. But I do thank you because your will, your strength, is what keeps getting you by. I'm going to repeat this to you every week. You are the reason why things are going the way they're going. Yes, good and bad. Because you don't know how to give up. You had a chance to give up if you wanted to, but you didn't. You kept on getting up. That's your strength right there. Keep doing that. Life is always going to throw shit at you that you just may not catch even with a glove. That doesn't mean if it hits you, you have to stop. You get your ass back up and you keep on walking.
Use it to grow.
There's nothing that can stop you but you. So congratulate yourself on surviving these this new year that's just damn near halfway done. And yeah, we had our ups, we had our downs, we had our light, and we had our darker days. Some of us are still going through some things, and most of us here are surviving things. And still, we still manage. We still manage to feed our children, our families. We still have managed to be that strength for someone who just lacks that strength of their own way. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I invited Lissa because unlike my views of life, everybody has their view of like their experiences and how they like to share about things. So I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I want to have some questions for Lissa. Please feel free. Just be respectful. You'll get thrown out faster than the trash chute on Sunday night. Come on now. So just be respectful. Let's enjoy each other's company, learn from each other,
Yes.
and
Learn
inspire
from everyone.
You know what I'm saying?
Who I don't remember the name. It escapes me, but when we were talking about doing shadow work, um, shadow work, it's very important to remember that we're not getting rid of the shadow. We're not cutting it out. We're not throwing it away or sweeping it under the rug.
At
We
all.
are integrating it into our light. There is power in the shadow. There is strength in the shower, the shadow. I don't know if there's strength in the shower. I don't want to know about that. But in the shadow, there is strength if it is used properly and you manifest that or you transmute that energy into the light. I have a very, very dark 8th and 12th house in astrology. And that means I can look into a shadow and not flinch. There's strength in that. And I can help other people because I don't flinch at your shadow. I'll see your shadow. And it could be a really, really dark shadow, but I won't flinch at it. Doesn't bother me. And I can help you integrate it.
So,
Miss Sherry, thank you.
thank you, Sherry. Excuse me, and I want to say thank you to everybody who joined that I've missed. Welcome. God damn it, welcome. All right, it's Sunday afternoon. Thank you for being here with us. I'm waiting on my friend Edward Stott. I'm pretty sure his his phone's probably just having issues because sometimes technology have a mind of his own. You know
Especially
what I
during
mean?
Mercury retrograde. Mercury does rule over
So,
technology.
for the meantime, while he's not here, if you want to give a card reading, you can.
Yeah, we can do that.
Please do. And remember, everybody, you are magic. You matter. Here, I'm going to share something with you. I know most of us ain't hear the word I love you today because it's hard to hear it from people that either so far away into themselves or maybe just don't hear it at all. I love you. It's a simple expression, a beautiful expression. And it's something that it should be shared upon us because love does conquer all. You know what I'm saying? So I love you all. I want you to be the best version of yourself. And just remember that you are loved. You may not hear it, you may not feel it, see it, smell it, or taste it, but trust me, somebody in this fucking planet loves the shit out of you right now, okay? Guaranteed.
Even if it's Brother Bob.
Like, even if it's Bob.
Because
Bob is
loves
my
everybody.
goat. Y'all see him later on. He's chilling right now. He's getting very accustomed to my cat Lilith.
Oh, I didn't know. You said he was like giving him headbutts and stuff. Like he
Yeah, like
gives her little gentle ones.
he stopped doing that. She usually goes onto him and he'll just step back and look at her like
Like, what are you
his
doing?
corner of the eye and shit. I'll be loving that shit. But they really get along. She runs with me. He runs with me in the backyard. He does a little sideways, this goat little jump thing on the jig. That boy, we are gonna get him a companion soon. Yes, we are. We're gonna get him a boy brother. We're gonna get him. We're gonna call him Malachi. He's a redheaded. He's gonna be a redheaded goat. Malachi. Oh shit! There you go. Malachi, as in from the that movie. Help me. Forgot that name of that movie. What's the name of that movie again? Children of the Corn.
Oh yeah, I
Because
actually read that book. I didn't see
usually
the
my
movie though.
usually all my animals are in one spot, and I walk over and I look at them. They look at me. I'm like, you see, children of my corn. So he's gonna be Malachi. So we're gonna fuse Malachi's name with Bob and call him Malika Bob.
That's awesome.
We're going there. There you go.
I'm back again. Sorry about that, guys.
That's all right, Edward. That's all right. So Lissa's gonna give a card reading for everybody here, and I'm just giving everybody a reminder of how special and unique you are. No matter what anybody tells you, no matter how you dress, be weird. Be weird as
Yes.
fuck. Be uniquely weird to yourself. Not everybody has to understand you. You ain't here for that. You're here for you. Worry about what
Absolutely.
matters to you Don't worry about what matters, what everybody thinks about you, because they're gonna do it anyway, no matter what your status in life.
Other people's
It's called
opinion is none of
healthy
your business
selfishness.
anyway.
Exactly.
It's called being healthily selfish.
Think about you. That's what you're here for.
You have to put your oxygen mask on before helping others.
Exactly. Always think of you first, because without you, you can't really go about and do nothing in this planet.
I mean, it's okay to be selfless and help others.
Paddywhack. Thank you.
You know, it is definitely okay to help others. Me and Ish do it all the time. You know, we're willing to help anybody who needs the help. But you also have to focus internally and help yourself as well. You have to learn to love yourself unconditionally so you can help love others unconditionally. And remember, one thing more important than anything else is if you are selfish, you expect payment for things you do. Okay? If you are selfless, you learn that the best payment you can get is if someone pays it forward.
Exactly. Smell the high heavens at the end of your night.
I always tell people, pay it forward. You're paying me back 100% in full by paying it forward, helping somebody else out.
Someone less fortunate than you, someone you know that's going through it.
And I'm already paid in full.
You know what I'm saying? So we got shit to give.
Yeah. Kindness does a lot. Even a simple compliment. A compliment changed my life. One sentence from a random stranger I never saw again changed my view on humanity in my life in general. Just one word. Not one word, one sentence.
And try not to be judgmental. You know, because remember, if you're pointing a finger at somebody else, you got three pointing back at you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're being judgmental or you're judging somebody, realize that that judgment you're placing on them is what you're judging yourself based on. And if you're judging yourself, start asking yourself why.
The compliment, it was, you look very beautiful pregnant. And I was having a really hard day. It was the day I couldn't button my pants anymore. And my person was not a very nice person. He compared me to an elephant at the zoo.
Oh my God. No.
But I was walking in a dark parking lot. I thought they were going to ask for money or something. I was just trying to go into the store. And she's like, excuse me. And I was just like, oh, hi, no, thank you. And she was like, I just want to say you look very beautiful pregnant. And I just started bawling. And I was like, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that today. Thank you. And she's like, yeah. And then they went on their way. I never saw this woman again, but it changed the way I look at people. It changed the way that I don't judge as harshly. I try not to judge at all. But this woman who had no idea who I was gave me that compliment, and it just changed everything. And now I freely give out compliments all the time. It doesn't matter if I don't like the shirt that girl's wearing. I don't have to wear it. But if she's walking around like she feels really good in it, I'm going to tell her she looks good in it.
It's a bit better for you, sister.
So true what you said, Velvet. What irritates us in others reveals what's unhealed within ourselves.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Very true.
I understand you, sister. I, too, am a survivor of domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, and homelessness. I understand you.
And now that you're here, sister, I just want to say congratulations because you survived.
Yes.
Exactly. You're no longer a victim. If you stay in that thinking of victimization, then you're no longer a victim. You're a volunteer.
Yes. I sat in my victimhood for a long time, wondering why my life was so awful. But I'm a victim. There's nothing I can do. Eight of Swords energy there. I sat in my victimhood to justify shitty behavior and doing things that I knew were not going to make good choices. I knew they were bad for me. I did them anyway because I was a victim. I was a volunteer.
You were a volunteer at that point.
Something I recognize. A good example is one of my cousins, and I'll use her as an example. She's been married for the same man for 35 years. On her 25th year, she decided to leave. And for 4 years, she was free. 1 year, she decided to go back. Now her explanation, now not her explanation, is the explanation in general is that for 25 years that's all she knew. So she's gonna go back to what she knows. Whether it's good for her or not, you will sacrifice. These were her words. But now she's in a better place because we talk. So now she is no longer that victim. Now she is a better survivor and a stronger person. Just like y'all. Okay? So
We
don't
will
give up.
we tend to choose comfortable toxicity over unfamiliar, difficult change. It's
Exactly.
easier to stay.
Change is
This
going to
is
be
only, there you
difficult.
go. Thank you.
So
She made it.
one of and trauma bonds are hard to break. They are chemical addiction. They turn into rage addictions. They turn into various different types of addictive forms, and oftentimes you substitute one addiction to another. Codependency is an addictive, a very bad addiction, and very strong addiction. The thing about it is, what to deal with it, what we have to do is recognize, first of all, what patterns of behavior
Yes.
that we are living in that is causing this energy flow, that energy tug of war, that is creating this issue. And actually, me and Ish were talking about this the other day.
We were.
I think we're going to do that. And Lisa, can I get a hand from you for this too? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain there are 6 different personality types that we often use to exchange energy. Okay? And each of these individual energy types have actual names. Okay? And they're personality types. The first personality we're going to talk about is the aloof. And the aloof person is the person who tends to act apathetic. They don't care. When in truth, they are really stealing your energy.
Pretty much.
Okay, they are taking your energy from you by being apathetic. Okay? Now, the next one you have is the martyr. The martyr personality, you'll find that a lot in mother figures and stuff like that, will turn around and say, after all I've done for you, and this is how you treat me.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't see that actually. So maybe
They make themselves into the victim. They become the victim. They're a martyr. That's what they live for. Okay? You have the interrogator. The interrogator personality, he or she is the how, what, where, when, how, why, and to what extent questioner. Constantly questions everything you do. Well, why?
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
And then you have the intimidator. He's normally the father figure, the one that looks like it's a giant that's above you and you feel like a child that you're 6 inches tall. Will intimidate, very intimidating, very overpowering. That's the intimidator. And then finally you have one more I like to call the instigator.
Mm.
The instigator personality is a personality who likes to cause fights just for the sheer joy of the fight.
Come on, I don't want to say, ooh, he said your mama. That person.
You know, and they're the ones that, you know, you see in the family gatherings, right? That will cause a fight in all the midst of the family during Thanksgiving dinner, right? Get everybody arguing, and he's sitting back munching on a turkey leg
with a smirk.
or a piece of pie
The
with a
turkey leg.
big ass smile on his face because he's gaining all sorts of energy.
That's too funny.
Okay, but those are the 6 personality types. Now, to demonstrate these, I'm going to do a little role playing exercise. And Lisa, if you wouldn't mind being my patsy here on this one, okay? You're going to be my daughter in this one, okay?
Okay.
And you've been having trouble in math class. You just got an A in your math exam in your final for the first time. Okay? I'm going to play the father role.
Oh gosh, this is going to be very lifelike for me.
Okay, so let's role play this out together.
Okay. So I come home. I'm excited. Look what I did. I did something. Look what I did. I got an A for the first time ever. I got an A. I have a problem in math. I got an A. I did it. I did the thing.
That's nice.
But I got an A.
Look, I just got home from work. I'm reading my damn paper. For the love of everything, I don't care. I just want to relax and read my paper. Besides, you never got an A before. What makes this any difference now? You know, now what is your reaction going to be?
I shut down and I say, okay, you're right.
And you walk upstairs and
Defeated.
everything, you're done, right?
You're welcome.
I'm checked
You're
out by that
finished.
point. Autopilot.
Right? You're on autopilot, just don't care.
Yeah.
Now you notice there was an exchange of energy there that was, a change in personalities from one to another to another. I started off being aloof, so you reacted immediately like, look, this is the first time I've done this. Why aren't you congratulating me? Then I turned to the intimidator, right? So you react with a little bit of fear and you turn into the martyr and then head upstairs because you just can't deal with it,
Yep.
right? That's the tug of
Survival.
war, folks. That's regular. Now we're going to do the same scene, but we're going to change. I'm going to change the personality. Okay? Types in here. I'm going to show you the difference. When we learn to identify the patterns, you'll see a totally different outlook. We're not going to draw energy from each other on this one. We're going to draw it from the universe together. Okay? And I'll show you how that works. So same scene.
Hey, guess what? I got an A on my final in math. I got an A.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Would you mind if I finish this article, and after I get done with the article, we'll go out and celebrate. I'm glad to see you applied yourself. Let's go
That
get
sounds
ice.
awesome. Ice cream.
We'll
Not
go get
just in
some ice
time.
cream now. Just let me finish my paper, and we'll go get ice cream.
That sounds awesome.
Congratulations on a job well done.
See?
Thank
Now
you.
you see the difference in the exchange. There was no tug of war going on.
No ego.
There's a
Instead, there was a
celebration.
mutual respect and understanding. And this is dynamics in all relationships. So when you start identifying the behavior that you're using and the behavior that the person's using, once you name it, you can then eliminate it. Because behaviors you've used in the past
Thank you, Ames. You're right.
to counteract things like we demonstrated, right? That didn't work before will be a tug of war.
Yes.
And if you realize that you're being just as much an energy vampire as the person or psychic vampire as the person that's taking it from you,
Mhm.
change the dynamic,
Exactly.
readjust it, set a healthier boundary for yourself and the other individual. That's a key to it too. You want healthy boundaries.
Yes, we do.
You
Every
know,
Sunday, hon.
have a good time, Maeve.
Peace.
But
Yeah, those
that's what
behaviors, those patterns that we develop as children, they come from a place of survival. Because children, we can't really stand up to that personality,
exactly.
right?
But
And
as
it
you're
does
an adult,
damage for a long time because we adopt this, okay, it's okay. Like you tell somebody something enough, they start to believe it. Like that's the
right,
first time you ever got an A. You're not going to do that again. We don't.
right. So you have to unlearn what you've already learned.
Yep.
Learned behaviors are what lead us to actually in the future doing the stuff that doesn't work no more. It's a learned behavior. But
Mhm.
once you forgive within yourself for one, self-forgiveness is key,
Yes.
as well as forgive the other individual internally. Okay? Remember that if you see something that your parents did to you in the past and reflected in somebody else, and you recognize that you're reacting just as if you're still that child,
Yep.
right? Forgive your parents.
Yep.
Okay, they were good teachers. They were good students and had lousy teachers. And likewise, you were a good student with lousy teachers. And thus the cycle continued.
Yep. The generational curse, so to speak, comes down that pipeline
So
until you get the breaker.
So forgive yourself first, right? And then forgive the other internally. You don't have to physically forgive them, but forgive. You don't have to like what they did. You don't have to endure what they did, but you can learn to forgive what they did. Forgiveness brings peace.
Yes.
And I will share with you all an actual truth, a part of me that will demonstrate this, because I had to learn this lesson a very hard way. 24 years ago, my foster sister was murdered, leaving behind 2 beautiful children. Okay? She was shot in the back 6 times. My first reaction was I wanted to go hunting the bastard, because he didn't even have the balls to kill himself either. Now, what I ended up having to do is I sat in a chair, because my first reaction, like I said, I wanted to go hunting. I was going to do the exact same thing he did to another human being. I was going to go kill him. I turned around and said to myself, I sat in my chair, I said, I forgive myself the propensity and the capability to be able to take the life of another human being. And I forgive myself for that propensity. He is the one who is spending the rest of his life in jail. I raised my niece and nephew. I had the beautiful opportunity to raise them into the fine young lady and gentleman they are today. One of them is an RNA already, and she's worked in the pharmaceutical field. The other one is a professional chef. So, these kids grew up to be fine young lads and ladies, and I had the opportunity to give them that,
Yes,
to
you
teach
did.
them that and be a parent. Where they lost both parents that day. He's in jail and the mother's dead. I'm not the one sitting in that jail cell. So for 24 years of their life, I got to be there for them. And I'm still there for them today.
Exactly.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm very proud of them. And that's because I was able to forgive myself. Otherwise, I would be in that jail cell right alongside of him, or in place of him, because I would have took his life.
Yeah.
So learn how to forgive and recognize that we are only human.
Exactly.
Okay?
Victims
We're going to have our
forgive
faults.
themselves for things too. The abuse or the harm was not our fault. However, we have accountability for our patterns or behaviors. Like Edward was saying, we have to take accountability for not recognizing them and fixing them. We have to forgive ourselves for them as well.
Yeah. I forgive myself for allowing myself to be hurt by myself and others.
Yes.
A
We
simple
have to
statement.
forgive ourselves for keeping those patterns of survival too long. When they no longer served us, we held on to them because it was comfortable. We knew how. We put ourselves in really terrible situations because I'm strong enough to handle this because I've done it. That strength is now your biggest weakness because now you'll handle shit you don't deserve.
But why put yourself back into the situation is the thing.
Mhm.
If you're putting yourself back into the abuse or back into the toxicity or back into the thing, then you have to question yourself, is what am I lacking internally that is making me uncomfortable with change, uncomfortable with the ability to move forward from where I'm at, that I want to go back to what's comfortable, because It's familiar.
Exactly.
And let's put it this way, the unfamiliar is going to be challenging.
Oh yeah.
That's
Hummingbird.
Fear is an acronym. It stands for three things. Okay? The first thing fear stands for is fuck everything and run.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
isn't that the way we handle fear a lot of
Uh-huh.
times?
I
We
did.
run
I
from it,
did.
right?
I did, yes.
The second thing fear is future events appearing real. We often project
Yes. A lot.
Yes.
into fear, so we don't take action. We don't act in a way to change because we're afraid to. We're projecting what's going to happen next if I do this. So we project into it. Or the third thing it can mean is face everything and recover.
Yes.
Now, if we handle fear and cope with fear in that aspect, because there's healthy fear. There's healthy fear. Healthy fear is what keeps us alive, actually. It gives us our survival instincts and stuff like that. But the thing about it is, we have to differentiate between what's a healthy fear and what's an unhealthy fear.
Mhm.
And the true test of spirituality is being able to make that differentiation. See, a lot of people think, well, why are we talking? Why are we talking about things like this when we're supposed to be talking about spiritual matters and the
Know
universe?
thyself.
And this is a true height of spirituality because there's three main goals of the witch. Know thyself is the first. Know thy craft is the second. Practice thy craft with wisdom is the third.
Yes.
Well, guess what, folks? Without that first one of self-awareness and self-knowledge and understanding, I can teach you to craft all day long to Sunday. I can teach you how to do spells and cast rituals and everything. I'll give everybody a spell right now. This is a job spell. Okay, you take a green candle and a brown candle. You mark Gabo, which is an X, on the green candle. You inscribe a B for Berkana on the green candle. Right? You anoint both candles with oil, with basil oil. Write the name of the job you want and burn the candle. There's your spell. Your spell's complete.
Like that.
Sit on your ass and not fill out an application. Are you going to get a job?
Possible, but I doubt it.
Now, did that mean the spell didn't work?
No.
No, it means you didn't.
The spell gave you what you put into it.
Exactly.
Spells are nothing more than taking a subconscious idea, bring them into conscious awareness to take the physical action to net the result.
Very much so.
And that's the way magic even works.
Pretty much.
Magic works the same way. Spells, magic, your life works that way.
It does. You're very right.
And you have to get rid of
Sorry.
you have to get rid of things like words like can't. Okay? Because can't means won't.
Exactly.
Facts.
Can't is unwillingness. I never say I'm a human being. I'm a human doing.
Yes. I love that so much.
And spells are crystals and candles are tools. Exactly. They're tools to aid in our direction. Symbols are very important, okay? Symbols are very important. We see symbols in everything. If I mention a symbol, I guarantee I'll immediately enact an emotional response from all of you that's even going to give a physical response. Ready for the symbol I'm going to give you? 2 golden arches.
Mm.
Two golden arches. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Health. Halo of health.
How many of you are thinking McDonald's? Right? So the first thing you do is you think McDonald's because you've seen two golden arches, right? Next thing you know, your mouth's salivating because you're tasting those French fries, which they have the best in the world, but no, the lousiest hamburgers. Right? But then you get, so it's a stimulus response from the symbol, from a very simple symbol. If I said a big red letter K, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Kmart.
Kmart?
Kmart,
Been a while.
right? So each symbol is important in our craft too. We have lots of symbols and sigils we use in our craft. They are focal points. Your tarot cards, my dear Lissa, are a symbol, aren't they? Loaded with
They are
symbols, actually.
full of symbols. Every card has lots of them.
Every symbols
And
are
each
all
of
over
those,
the place.
each of those symbols initiates various different emotional connections as well as spiritual connections to the individual you're reading for and to the type of experience we're doing. And I know Ish loves his palmistry,
I love palmistry too. I think it's amazing.
and palmistry, each of the lines in your hand are symbolic. They're symbols
I got
that
a
direct
lot.
you to certain points of energy. So
Yes.
knowing your craft, okay, means actually understanding the symbols and stuff like that, what they mean, how they represent, and that takes years, folks. Don't think it's an overnight thing because this is
No, it's
not
not.
overnight,
And you will mess up a lot.
Oh yeah.
and you're gonna mess up big time. But guess what?
Yeah.
Mistakes are a thing.
Go. Keep going.
Learn from
Go
them.
for it.
Exactly.
Don't be
stop.
afraid.
Don't be afraid. Exactly.
But the thing about it is, know thyself is going to be the hardest lesson you're going to learn.
Yes.
Within my tradition and craft, I'm Alexandrian Wiccan, by the way. Over 50 years in the craft. And
Thank you. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Lissa was gonna give a card for these folks.
okay.
Give her a few minutes
Yeah,
to
I
give
was
these
gonna
things.
do
So
a
she's gonna.
quick
I'm sorry,
reading.
Lissa, I didn't mean to take over.
Oh no, you're good.
Yes, sir.
This is a reading that I do a lot in my live streams, especially for my super fans. They really love it. It's basically when you get that feeling of what am I missing? What am I not seeing? What am I missing? Why am I lost? That kind of feeling. And so for the collective, you are missing the weightlessness you once had. You're carrying a lot of stuff on your back. It's not yours. Other people gave that to you. They handed it to you. They blamed you. They threw you under a bus. They did something. That's not yours to carry. I do understand that mothers, we do martyr a little. We do carry stuff for our children. So those ones are usually a little okay as long as they're not super heavy. But if the neighbor down the street's got your name in her mouth, who cares? Let her. Give her that 5 seconds of instant gratification. Who cares? It's none of your business anyway, right? Let Karen with the bag, Ed, all the rest be down there, do what she has to do. What this is doing and how it's manifesting in your world is you're going back to the ways that you were taught, things that were handed to you when you were small, that they don't belong to you anymore. You don't agree with them. They're not a part of your core values and your belief system, but you're going back to them because it's comfortable.
Janet.
You're not tying up that chapter and ending it. And what that's doing is it's affecting your idealism, your creativity. It's making you just plod through life, go through the motions. You don't have that. You don't look up the clouds and find shapes in them anymore. And y'all know which shape I love to find the most. But you don't look up at the moon and just smile because it's the moon. Last night, because of the fires, our moon was bright red. It was blood red, and I just stared at it for like way too long, probably. But I don't care because that's what I wanted to do. You got to find those little joys in your life. You got to find a way to romanticize the everyday. If you don't enjoy small little things, do you really deserve the really big things that happen every now and then? You got to enjoy the small things. That's what makes life, is the little daily moments. You have a lot of options. And that's how you manifest this. Manifest your options. Look at them. Which ones are a little outlandish? We're not going to be on the moon farming eggplant next week, most likely. So maybe we don't try to manifest that one. But don't take the one you've already done. Don't take the easy way out. Take the one that makes you a little uncomfortable and manifest that. Put your all into it. When you get rid of those burdens, stop bringing back those old behaviors. You don't need those anymore. They're not for you. You don't need to survive anymore that way. You need to romanticize your life. Date yourself. You don't have a person, take yourself out. Buy yourself flowers, like Miley said. You have to be happy with who you are. You don't have to love every little piece of you because we're always evolving, but you have to at least acknowledge it, know it's there. And if it's a shadow, you have to integrate that into your light. You can't sweep it under the rug. You're going to trip over it and break your arm later.
Blessings come my way.
When I first met my inner child, he greeted me with a flamethrower. And I'll tell you, it was like I said, he greeted me with a flamethrower, and I looked at that, and I had to take a deep look back into self and go, oh my God, you know, what did I do? And it was not, I did the same journey that I gave you guys, the lesson I gave you guys earlier to do. I did that not in 3 months. I did that in 30 minutes because my sponsor asked me to do an inventory of myself, right, in a non-biased way, and asked me if I could do it. And that was a complete past history walkthrough. And I told him, yeah, sure, I'll do it, no problem. Because I knew how to, I was so used to cutting my emotions off, I didn't care. Now, I walked into a CODA meeting after doing that exercise and, reliving my whole entire childhood trauma from day one. I walked into a CODA meeting. Someone said one word about their childhood, and I almost took a steel door off the hinge. Every aspect of my past hit me in one fell emotional swoop. I was not prepared for that. Because I was taught not to feel emotions.
Right?
I was taught to convert them to anger,
Yes.
which then become rage.
Resentment.
I grew up in a military family. The fact is, I wasn't born, I was issued to my parents. I was born on an airbase.
Wow.
So I had lots of childhood trauma to deal with that I didn't deal with because I was being a male, being the oldest male. I didn't have that whole, like Velvet, never comforted. I was considered a black sheep. I was even told one time that I was responsible for the death of my twin.
It's not okay.
That I was the evil twin.
Not okay.
And when you grow up in that environment, and you start learning that shit,
Yep, you keep it.
you become a sociopath. You become these things just to survive.
Yep.
So when you're coming out of that type of thing, and you start learning who you are, like I said, my inner child, that wounded little boy inside of me, I'll tell you what, like I said, I got a flamethrower in my face when I got to meet him.
Makes my heart hurt.
But you know what I turned around and said to him? I'm sorry and I love you.
I
That's
met my
what I
inner
said.
child and she was in silence. And so I told her I was sorry, I loved her, and that I am now going to be the person that I needed.
Thank you,
When I
Arlene.
was
Exactly. I will now teach you the way I should have been so you don't become the adult that I became.
Yeah.
I'm going to provide you that nurturing that you forget. And you have to provide that nurturing for your inner self and your inner child.
Yeah.
Take
And I
the
became
lessons.
that person for children in my life around me, like my nieces. I became the person that just listened to them because that's what I needed.
Listen to the child within, listen to the child without, too. Because they need you.
And they do.
And you need you. You need to be able to listen to yourself and and recognize it. Are you ever going to be perfect at self-awareness?
No, it doesn't
I
exist.
guarantee you no. I'm sorry to disappoint you, even, but I guarantee you're not going to be perfectly self-aware.
Mm-mm.
It requires a constant inventory to maintain.
Maintenance.
We don't have enough time for that.
But take that time now and then to take that personal inventory. Take the time to shut down for a brief period of time, think things through, and become the you want to be. Except, like Lissa said, and I totally agree with you, Lissa, thank you for that. You had said earlier, and yes, I was paying attention, that you have to start changing those old patterns of behavior. You have to start being willing
Yeah.
to make the change. No, it doesn't work anymore. If I put my hand on that fire, I pick my hand off, I'm going to burn, and I burn myself. I'm not putting my hand back on that fire.
Mm.
Right? If I do, that's insanity. Especially if I expect not to get burned again.
Right?
Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah. You gotta change
So
something.
let's take a look at the word how, because it even works in our craft. Okay, everybody wants to know, how do I become a witch? Well, we're going to take a look at that word how. The first letter of how is H. Stands for honesty.
Yes.
So you have to get self-honest. You have to become self-honest and start learning how to become self-aware. Know thyself. The next letter is O in how. Open-mindedness. Which the second thing of the craft is know thy craft. You have to open your mind to new possibilities. You have to start learning. And to learn, you have to have an open mind, right?
Yep.
And the third letter of the word how is willingness. Practice thy craft with wisdom. Being able to turn your will over to the God and Goddess. In the understanding and learning from the learning part of it on how to be a wise person. But it requires the honesty and open-mindedness to gain that wisdom. Without it, you're not going to get it. So when next time you want to ask, or you hear someone ask, well, how do you become a witch? You can answer them. You've just answered yourself.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean?
You have to be honest.
How?
You have to be open.
And you have
And
to
you
be
have to
willing.
be willing. Because the willing is the hardest part for me, because am I willing to hear the honesty about myself from myself? It's rough sometimes.
Oh, it is rough. It's very rough.
Honesty is
You have to
hard.
look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself about this horrible thing that you did because of a horrible trait that you had that you justified
So
by blaming someone else. You know, you have to
I'm
be
gonna
able to
help.
say that.
I'm gonna help you through that, though. You know how I'm gonna help you through that? Because I'm gonna remind you of two things. There is no such thing as a bad choice, except for the choice you didn't make. Because each choice is a learning experience.
Yes.
It's something to teach us from. Okay? And I'm going to second remind you to say, consequence itself is its own reward.
Facts.
Now, why am I calling consequence a reward?
Because you learn from it. You figured out what
Exactly.
worked, what didn't.
It teaches you what not to do. So it's rewarded you with the experience. It's a reward.
Doing good, thank you.
So if you take that attitude towards your journey and recognize that,
Yeah.
it builds an attitude of gratitude.
It does. And it is the number one thing that has helped me, even in small things. Like I don't do well with technology. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly applying myself. I have a difficult time with it. It's not my thing. It's not natural to me, I guess. But every time I get to a point where I'm like, I don't understand this, I take a minute to walk away from it first because, I need to. Then I come back and I say, okay, I'm going to spend this much time just playing with it. I'm not going to try and do anything particular. I'm just going to play with it, see how it works, and I allow myself that time to learn it. And even though I have difficulties with technology, I trained a couple of AIs with astrology stuff in it. Like I can't work an iPhone, but I trained AIs because I was open. I was honest with myself about my difficulties with technology and why it was. And I was willing to sit down and do what I needed to do to get that consequence reward, whether it was something I did wrong and I figured it out, or if it was something I did right and figured it out.
But you did it.
And what is wrong or right? But just a perception, an illusion.
But if I didn't get the desired result, that's not how I do it. So I figured out how to not do
exactly.
that.
Wrong or right is an illusion.
The perception. Yep.
And once you overcome those illusions, you then ground yourself in reality.
Yeah.
Remember, folks, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery.
Yes. I say that all the time.
Today is a gift.
Yes.
That's why it's
not
known as the present.
Yes, it is. Every day is a gift, no matter what we went to bed with our gratitude for, even if it was, because I had days, the only thing I could find to be grateful for was the fact that somebody gave me a roof over my head for the night, somebody fed me, and that I was warm. But I gave gratitude to the universe for having those three things. And you wake up from that, it's a new day to try again. What else? What else is there? What else can I go get?
There's many ways to protect, yes.
One of the things that I know for a fact, and that's exactly the point, Lissa. You brought the point exactly to the key. Being grateful for for the things you need being met on a regular basis, and that's food, that's shelter, that's clothing.
Very grateful.
We have, as long as those three needs are met, that makes everything else a want.
Exactly.
Or desire. When you put that in proper perspective, right, you can become higher and reach into your higher self because you're recognizing that you have your needs met.
Universe.
And then you can start manifesting like tomorrow, because the fact that once you realize what's a want and what's a need, right, you can start manifesting those wants like nobody's business. In fact, as Ish will tell you, they used to call me the manifest ninja, right? Ish?
Because I see in a dojo with a belt.
What's that?
I said, now I'm picturing you in a dojo with a belt and,
Manifesting, you just throwing shit at people.
Because I used to manifest I can manifest all sorts of shit.
I've always been a natural manifester. I never really realized what I was doing, so I did manifest some things I probably shouldn't have back in the day. But I've lost everything. I literally was stripped of all my worldly possessions. I was stripped of my family. I was stripped of my ego. And when that happened, I learned I don't need a lot of stuff. I don't want a lot of stuff. I was dragging around a 4-bedroom house with me everywhere. Like, no, I don't need all that. I don't want it anymore.
Besides that, you can't take it with you anyway.
Right?
We'll be borrowing this mortal vehicle to learn and grow from. This is just a car. Eventually, It's going to wear out and disappear, and we're going to find a new car.
I just need to go from A to B, be good on insurance. I don't want a car payment because that sounds like something I don't want to do. I had a 2006 Honda Civic. I loved that little thing. Loved her. She was exactly what I needed.
And our car, this vehicle that we use as spiritual beings, using this vehicle from which to grow, right? This vehicle is going to come and go too. We got to take care of it though while we're driving it, so it lasts us a while.
Thank you.
But
I
we
call it
beat
our
it
meat
up.
suit.
We beat this vehicle up. I'll admit it, especially my generation. my generation beat the hell out of this vehicle.
I tell people in my lives all the time, the goal of life is not to finish it in pristine condition. I want to be screaming, squealing tires over that finish line, probably on the hood rather than even on the tires. The tires blown out. The doors are going to be flying off. Hopefully I'll be a little drunk and a little bit late. Screaming, holy shit, what a ride.
I was gonna share real quick. We have what
25.
25 minutes.
25 minutes. I'm gonna give a couple of my palm reading cards for y'all,
I love these.
and then it's just a few like that. We can continue talking and lecturing some things. And so this is from my deck. If I could find the other cover, there you go. Funny how things have life sometimes, huh?
Take my legs.
I really want people to get this deck because it's going to help you understand a lot more about your palm. There's one thing I've learned about the palm is that 101 things can come out your mouth, but the lines in your palm won't lie about what comes out your body and who you are and what you are and key traits and everything. So the mission of these cards is just to either remind you things you didn't know about yourself, knowing things about yourself, and how can you better things about yourself. Okay, so we're going to continue on card number 9 because we just started over. There's 100 cards on this deck, and they're all very useful. They talk about your hand size, your nail size, your palm, so forth. So we're going to be working on the fire hand. These are for the people who have long palms and short fingers. If you have long palm and short fingers, okay, this is your card. It's going to tell me your key traits. It says here that you are adventurous, that you seek a challenge, you are independent, you are generous and gregarious, you enjoy attention, and you are a initiator. So if you have a long palm and short fingers, this is who you are. Okay. Card number 10, the water hand, long palm and long fingers. So if you have long palms and long fingers, this one's for you. Your key traits is that you are sensitive and gentle, you are soft-spoken and empathetic, you're dreamy and creative, you're refined and imaginative, you're intuitive, and you're introverted. Okay, so if you have long palms and long fingers, take a screenshot of it, please. Go through it later on if you have it, and there you go. Hey Lilith, welcome! Thank you for joining. The Mount of Mars, outer. Now the Mount of Mars is going to be directly right under your pinky. See this little mount right there? Now what they mean by a mount, there you go, right there. Right under your pinky, under...
You have
right there.
upper and lower, right?
Right there, exactly right there. Now what they mean by a mound is like a little more formation of more skin than what you usually see, or if it bends and folds and you see a formation of a skin growing on top of it. That's basically it.
Little plump.
So it says here, the mount is situated between the head and the heart lines. So this is that and this. So it's going to be here. Okay? And it says a firm mount shows you have stamina. A weak mount shows that you have a bad judge of character. Okay? Now we're going to be talking about a set. It's going to be this right here. Now this deck is specifically is talking about the right hand. Okay? There's a dominant hand right and there's a dominant hand for the lefties. I went through that already, but I'll go through it again. Okay? So this is for the people who have this right here. Alright? So the next card is the Mount of Mars inner. That'll be right under your pointer finger and around your thumb area. That'll be around here. So this little area would be your mount, okay? It says here, this small piece of flesh that folds when the thumb moves. Okay? It is, if it is firm to the touch, this means, and that just smells good. Sorry, I had dinner. This means that you are physically courageous. If this mount is soft and spongy, that means you lack self-confidence. Okay? Take a screenshot of it, please, ladies and gentlemen. You'll learn things about you, and you'll be like, oh shit, yeah, these cards will do that to you. Welcome, Bright Pink, Lilith. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you too, everybody. Welcome. God damn it, welcome. I missed a lot of y'all folks. I mean, it's just difficult to catch up with everybody. The glove ain't big enough to catch everybody. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna
Doesn't
work
fit.
on exactly. Now we're gonna work on what happened to Edward. Now he gone.
I think it dropped him.
Yeah, it's happening to him a lot lately. We're gonna be working on the Mount of Jupiter. The Mount of Jupiter is right here, right under your pointer finger, and right above where the thumb is at. All this area here. We're gonna talk about that right now. Thank you for joining, y'all. It says, look to see if the area of your palm has a raised part of flesh. This indicates you are confined and aspiring. You set goals and achieve them. You strive for growth and abundance. Okay, so if you have this here, which it'll be like around this area around here. This area around here is what they're talking about, okay? See how mine's bend and it's
I thought you
solid?
said Jupiter. Sorry.
Like I said, you can take a screenshot of this if y'all want. Thank you, Bright Pink. Thank you very much. Now we're gonna work on the Mount of Luna. The Mount of Luna is in the bottom. No, it's right here. Right at the very end of the pinky where the wrist is at. All this part right here is the Mount of Luna. Okay? Thank you. It says this mount should be firm to the touch and denotes a strong and creative imagination. If this is a dominant mount, you are a daydreamer. A high mount shows a strong interest in travel. Okay, we're talking about this right here. So if you see that it moves and you see that it's firm and not splashy, if it's splashy is what we're talking about here. So please take a screenshot of it. All right, thank you everybody. I'll give you all, what time is it? We still got, I can give you like 1 or 2 more. We're gonna work on now on the Mount of Mercury. That's right under your pinky. That's right here. So look under your pinky, you can do this, you can do that, and we're gonna talk about what it means with all that fleshy stuff. There you go, stay like that. It says, a developed mount highlights that you are interested in the world around you. You enjoy competition and as well as affection and entertaining. Low mounts can show uncertainty. Okay? Take a screenshot of it if you like. It's going to help you with all this. And there was something I wanted to point out real quick to everybody why the change of name, Reverend. I was ordained for 5 years already. And I knew what about, but I didn't know what about. If you know what that means, you know, if that makes sense. Like I knew what it meant, but I know the full extent of what the responsibility comes with being a reverend. But here's the thing, I want to share this real quick before I continue this last card. In these 5 years of being a reverend, I married a couple and I buried a young lady. I didn't know that was a responsibility until I actually got in deep into the reading, you know what I'm saying? So I have to use the reverend now that I'm officially ordained and all this good stuff. And the name IDR is just my first and my 2 last names. When you're born in Puerto Rico, mother and father give you their last names. So it's so beautiful. It's my first and last name. So I just wanted to get that out real quick. And this one, last card I'm going to give you all for now before we continue is we're going to be working on the Mount of Venus. The Mount of Venus should be located inside your thumb. That looks like a drumstick. You go. We're going to be working on the inside here. That's what we're going to be talking about on this one, okay?
A drumstick.
It does look like a drumstick. A high mount shows your loving and enthusiastic nature. You enjoy life till its fullest. This mount is an important factor, and in determining compatibility. Okay, take a screenshot of it. We're talking about this whole section right here is what we're talking about on this card. So read it, get a good understanding of it, okay? One more listen and we're done. The Mount of Saturn, this is going to be under your middle finger. We're going to be talking about this part right here, okay? It says this usually is the least prominent mount, but even a slight raise shows strength and commitment to your duties and responsibilities. You are diligent and industrious. Okay? So if you want to take a screenshot of this, please do, and take good understanding. Take your time reading these things, and remember, there's one thing I didn't mention. I'm going to mention now about palm reading. Not everybody's going to have all these lines and stuff we talk about. Some lines may have been there since you were 12. They're gone now. Some lines are just regenerating because as you turn and you evolve, so does the lines in your hand saying much about you. So again, with all this said, be kind to yourself because all this contributes to being yourself. Just be kind to yourself. That will open doors and windows for you to contribute to what it is kind to other folks, and they can do it to others, like a web type thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to understand. I do want to have you understand that the palm of your hand is very important. Okay, not everybody will understand it, and no, it's not for everybody. But for the ones who do get it, there's a lot here to be said about you. Now, I'll give you a bonus that is not in that deck. And I can guarantee at least 80% of y'all motherfuckers got it. That's on this live right now. If you look at your pinky, and do you see lines going down?
I knew you were going to say that.
And if you have them on both hands, that means you're a natural born healer.
Do you know how many I have?
A lot.
I have 9.
And that's quite a few. That's all.
That's a lot.
7 is usually the number. Anything above 7 is more extracurricular. You know what I'm saying? It's a bonus.
Yeah, I got 9.
We're the healers we're the type of healers, let me say that already, that we don't need many tools just to have you uplift your life a little bit. You need someone to trust. You can't trust everybody in life, but it's always that someone you can trust. That's where people like her comes into play. Someone you can rely on.
Use tools to heal. Well, no, I've used tarot just the last 5 years or so. I used tarot to heal, but I've never had tools.
I use candles to heal, and I usually just walk 10,000 steps a day, and I'm missing toes. Come on now. Yeah. So yeah, it's this is like I said, life is gonna hit you with a lot of walls, and you already have the tools to knock these fucking walls down. Don't underestimate how strong you are. Like I said earlier, you have survived many things in life that most people would deem suicidal because they couldn't take it.
You walked through hell holding a gas can, and now
Exactly.
you go back to give water.
And you're still here knocking motherfuckers out because ain't no stopping you. The good thing about this now is that you're free from all that. You have generated your own peace, or still generating your own form of peace. You are building your own kingdom. And you don't have to go through that no more. Now you have the willingness to be happy. Not just for yourself. Someone may come along later on. Love is going to be knocking on your door. Don't look for love. I'm going to tell y'all that right now.
Yeah, don't look for it.
No,
You'll
don't
find
look
the
for
wrong
love.
thing.
Exactly. Let love knock on your goddamn door. Don't look for love. Love you find is like jail sex. Sex you want, you ain't getting. Sex you getting, you don't want it. Don't do it. Trust me, don't do
We
it.
don't chase, we attract. Because
Exactly.
if somebody's chasing me, I'm probably running from them.
Exactly. So just take your time with things. Learn to give yourself enough time to love you for you. Remember, you do a lot for everybody. Everybody here does enough for everybody, more than we should be doing for ourselves. And like Lessa said earlier, we add on people's weight on our shoulders, and usually it's unnecessary. You don't need everybody's fucking weight on your shoulders because not everybody's going to carry your weight on their shoulders. Think about
Biggest
that.
weight on your shoulder that you carry is that one thing that you tell yourself in random moments. For me, it was, I'm dumb. Because I would knock something over or I'd forget something. I'd be like, oh, I'm so dumb. I'm not dumb.
No, you're
And
not.
so I cannot take credit for this. Nikki Scorpio is a counselor here on TikTok. He's awesome sauce. And he pulled me out of a room with like 600 people. And he said, what do you say to yourself? I said, I say, I'm dumb. He's like, well, why do you say that? I'm like, I'm not dumb, but I say it to myself. And he's like, next time you say it, listen to the voice that said it in your head. It's not yours. So I did. The next day I knocked over water. I'm like, God, I'm so dumb. And then I was like, no, I'm not dumb. I'm clumsy. And I listened to the voice in my head. It wasn't my voice. It was my parents. It was the kids at school, the teachers at school, the kids' parents. As soon as I heard that, it was so easy to stop saying I'm dumb. And if I say it out of habit, I'm like, I'm not dumb. I'm just really forgetful.
No, we're not dumb.
I was never dumb.
2 plus 2 is not Jello, but we not dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But it wasn't my voice saying it, so why was I parroting it back? Why was I repeating it? So I got rid of it. I was able to take that whole thing off the back and just toss it.
Exactly. And it's, you know, and once you free yourself from all that, you have an opportunity to refine yourself to your liking, and know that you're not going to be everybody's cup of coffee.
No, but you'll be somebody's shot of tequila.
You know what I'm saying? So don't lose faith because things look tough right now. Things just looked tough before, and still the sun came up the next day.
And just like with palmistry that Ish was talking about, how there's all these things in your hand. You literally have like a blueprint to the energies that you hold. And in astrology, in my belief, the same thing. I can look into my chart and I see all these crazy things, these big quote unquote bad placements that people would be like, I've had astrologers look at it and be like, this is too much. There's too much. There's a lot of bad stuff in here. And I'm like, what? When you learn to read it, or you have somebody who knows how to read it, all those bad things actually work in a way that makes me the healer that I am and the person that I'm trying to be and that I'm working towards being my higher aligned self. It all adds up to make me a silent, protective, healing warrior.
Exactly.
But you look at them separately, I look like a crazy mental health mess.
Oh my
We have to look at all of it together, and there's no bad placements, there's no good placements. It's how do you manifest it? That's what it is.
This getting old thing is no joke.
Right?
Somebody
Your daily
told
choices choose how you manifest the energies you were given. You always got to choose. Don't give up that choice. There's my Bob. Hi, buddies.
This is Bob, ladies and gentlemen. He's our goat. He's a Nigerian mix, a Nigerian dwarf mix. And this is Lily. This is Lilith. Lilith. Hey, baby. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? Him and Lilith, sorry, are getting along. They're getting acquainted with each other. He thinks she's a mini something. He wants to play with her the way goats play. This cat is something else. He's doing his business right now. That's why I can't stay with him that long, because he won't focus and he'll just stay looking at me. But that's a little bit of Bob. Bob's the man. And that's Lilith and Nikki. We have 7 cats, 1 dog, and we're gonna have a second goat coming. ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? ¿Qué pasó, mi amor? Oh no, oh no, oh no, me cago en la madre. Oh no, where's Lilith? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's Lilith? Where's she at? What the? She never seen this guy, but sometimes we yell, "Where's Vladimir Putin?" She goes outside, look for this guy, like she actually met this person before. Be funny as it. It's funny as hell, dude. It's funny as hell. But
My cat just called me an asshole. That's all. He called me an asshole again the other day.
Bob he's an exceptional, different type of goat. I believe he's an old soul.
Oh, absolutely. I would agree with that.
This one here, he's something else. He mad for mom, my girlfriend,
Yes, he
and he
does.
bad for me, dad. And he knows when we leave. He cries when we come back. He cries happy. He's like another child.
Smart, and he has that emotional intelligence that most animals have. You know.
He's something else. But he's getting accustomed. We let him inside the house sometimes. We do. But there'll be chocolate M&Ms all over the floor after. I can't really do much about that. Because he's not a fainter. And I'm grateful for that.
That's good.
Yeah, he's not a fainter, except on the contrary, he shits.
It's better than fainting, though, I think.
When he gets startled, you hear them drop to the ground like rocks.
Yeah.
Then you know he got startled a little
He
bit.
just drops rocks to the ground.
Pretty much. I said. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, these little things is what I'm saying. Like she said earlier, listen, little things. Enjoy the little things.
Yes, why not?
These little things make such a big impact in our lives, and we have the giving opportunity to spread that joy with other folks.
Right? You're given all these just everyday things. Why treat them like they're just there? Like it's like it's okay. It's a crude example, but it's like farts. All right, people that don't think farts are funny are robbing themselves of joy because you have the same amount of farts and less joy.
Pretty much. Some of them make noises, some of them speak, some of them don't. Some of them are quiet. You gotta be careful with them.
Never trust one though. Never trust
No,
one.
no, never do that. You end up losing that fight.
It's the happy little things. The happiest people in life usually have less material possessions, for one, and two, if you walk around with them for a day, they appreciate all the little things. Like I'll be 46 next month, and I still go find clouds shaped like wieners because I can, because it's funny and it makes me laugh.
So these things do for yourself what makes you happy. Don't
Take
do
a
it
hot
because
shower, take a bath, go outside, put your feet in the
spoil
dirt.
yourself. Do things
Read a
you never done
book.
for yourself before.
Yeah.
You know, the lady an example just yesterday. I had another friend had to use the same line. I said sometimes you got to spoil yourself in some luxuries of your own self. And she said, "Yeah, but what about my kids?" I said, "Fuck your kids." And she looked in the mirror and she goes, "You know what? Fuck my kids." I said, exactly. Sometimes you need
Spoiling
a break.
herself helps the kids,
You
though.
need a break for you.
Mhm.
You do so much for everybody, yes, including kids, husband, wife, spouse, lover,
You put
etc.
your own oxygen mask on before helping others. You have to be happy mom, good mom, awake mom in
then
order to be a mom.
Here's a good practice I can give you that I do. I take at least an hour or two every day to separate myself mentally and spiritually from everything that's magic. Every day. Because it's not fair to my soul to give out so much energy. Not everybody's gonna match me or give it back. And why give that energy when you can use it to better self-love yourself, give yourself time to understand yourself, and give yourself time to, most importantly, heal.
You'll find that the people who are truly in need of your energy respond with energy.
Exactly.
You don't just
And
take it
there's been a lot of good energy in this live.
always.
And I'm very grateful that everybody, you too, Lissa, Edward is the man.
Yes.
I don't know I don't know if I think it's his phone. It could be his Wi-Fi. It could be a storm out there. We don't know, but I'll call him after I'm done here with this live. But we got 3 minutes. There's no rush. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, Lissa, for being here. It's always an honor talking to y'all.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love being in these lives.
It brings me a lot of joy knowing that a lot of y'all folks here are getting to where you're supposed to be magically and understanding that you're not going crazy. That this is just a magical process that is happening to you. That's all. So embrace this magic because it's good.
It
All right.
is. Especially when you are honest with yourself and open-minded. When I practiced magic, when I didn't really know who I was 13. Not a lot of us knew who we were at 13, right? When I started doing that stuff, of course I made a lot more mistakes. I did things I probably shouldn't have done, knowing I shouldn't have done them. But now it's like this weird calm, and I'm not a calm, peaceful person, like by any means. I'm very chaotic
different.
usually, but I've learned how to harness the chaos. But it's just peaceful. We don't do magic in like a fury of like, I'm so angry and I'm gonna do this.
No.
It's
That's
really
not-
calm and it's almost logical. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Just let that person have their day. I'm not gonna do anything about that one.
And real quick for the young witches coming in real quick, something we just spoke about a lot on this live has to do with the young witches coming up now. First of all, you're not a baby witch. You are a young practitioner. Okay? That's the correct term for that. First of all, prepare to make mistakes on your journey. Just like we are experienced and still making mistakes as we go.
Daily.
Okay? You will add more than what you should. You will spill shit. Shit will be dropping. My advice is don't expect perfection like we said earlier, but you can take your time with yourself and do things right. Take your time with yourself. Okay? There's no
Right.
rush.
It's
Don't expect to learn. Don't expect to learn everything about magic. You're not gonna learn it because not one witch knows everything about magic. That's not gonna happen. Learn what
so
you're
many
going
types
to
of
learn.
magic.
Exactly. Master what the hell you're gonna learn, and put that into practice and help others with their ways of maybe understanding, maybe learning from you and your ways. and they can teach others and so forth. Lisa, you want to add something before we go?
I just want to say I appreciate all the energy in the room. It's been amazing. I always love it here. Thank you guys for allowing me to share part of my story with you. It's new to me to be sharing witchy ways because I did not for a very long time. And it's very freeing. And I thank you all for being a part of that journey for me and being supportive.
Thank you, everybody. And yeah, I like the term new brooms. I like that. I like that. So you all enjoy your Sunday. Have a good Sunday. To beginning of a new week. Remember, you survived everything that's been in your direction since you started. So ain't no stopping you now. So you stay blessed, stay mindful, love yourself. Okay. Peace, everybody.
Bye.